The national championship game is Monday night. It is the TCU Horned Frogs against the Georgia Bulldogs. And I come from a unique place here, as I've got both fan bases in this particular game just hate me and think I hate them and think they're terrible and whatever. But a smart man would look at what TCU has done this year and would refuse to doubt them. He would look at how during the regular season they kept winning close games, they kept battling back, and they kept pulling off these wins and saying, well, they've really got something special. And then that smart man would watch them beat Michigan, scoring as many points as they did, and say, man, hard to bet against this team, but I cannot wait to bet against this team. Michigan showed up to the playoff for a second year in a row and looked bewildered, looked scared, looked unsure of themselves. Kirby Smart and Georgia ain't going to do that. I'm going to do it again, folks. I'm diving into the pool. I don't see how TCU keeps this close. Georgia ain't Michigan. They're not soft in the mind. They're not soft in the physicality. They're not going to show up and be like, oh, I don't know how to play football for 3 quarters. They're not going to give you 2 pick sixes either. As much as I'm not a Georgia fan by any stretch of the imagination, this feels like a coronation to me.
Brandon, all those things that you said are true about Georgia. There's no doubt about it. I know the game got dicey with Ohio State. There's obviously some questionable calls. But what I do know is that TCU does not care about anything that you just said. TCU has not cared all year about who's favored against them, who they think should be in the playoff over them. They've shown up week in and week out and proven that they deserve to be there. I understand they lost to Kansas State, but there's something about this team. And I know special and magic doesn't always win national championships, but sometimes it does. And when you look at what Georgia has done defensively, the last 2 games, and I understand they killed LSU. It was never even close. They were never in jeopardy of losing that game. They still gave up the most yards they've given up all season to LSU, over 500 yards. They gave up almost 500 yards to Ohio State, albeit Ohio State's offense is incredible. What we've seen TCU's offense do all year is be explosive and be able to find those plays against defenses that usually can contain them. And TCU doesn't care about Georgia's stars. It doesn't care about Georgia winning the national title last year, just like it didn't care about anything Michigan's done. I can't count them out. I cannot sit here on Wednesday night, we've got a few days, and say I think TCU is going to win, but I think it's going to be close.